Hi there, Pete from Craft Cellars here. Today I've got a couple of lovely little tequila products that have not long arrived that I really wanted to kind of share some insight into. So I'm very much always on the lookout for what I would say are like genuine artisanal products. So basically not ones that are marketed as artisanal, but when you actually dig beneath the surface and look at how the liquid is actually produced, there's genuine credentials to that side of their production. So this is Mijenta Tequila. So today what I have is actually their Blanco and the Reposado expressions. Now for those of you who don't know, the difference between Blanco and the Reposado is Blanco is just simply unaged tequila, whereas Reposado is aged up to 1 year in oak. Now the producer themselves, just to give you a bit more insight into exactly what they're all about, they're from Los Altos region, and they're what you would describe as a kind of sustainable producer. So basically for every agave plant that they use, they plant another 4. So they're very much in tune with the sustainability, but also just the quality of the growth and the actual growing of agave. They're also very community orientated, and they have a wonderful program with their workforce. So you know, there are lots of kind of really good positive things about this producer. But obviously what we're interested in today is the actual liquid in the glass. So let me just give you a bit of an insight in what I have here. So there's this beautiful cooked agave kind of central expression there, lovely and sweet. There's, I guess, some playful, more kind of floral aromas, but yeah, elegant, very elegant. Let's give it a little taste. So beautiful, creamy, velvety texture. That agave is definitely still the centerpiece on the palate. There's maybe other things coming in, like some spicy quality, that kind of sweetness, I guess you would, something in the area of like agave syrup really, but not as intensely sweet as that. And just a very gentle overall impression on the palate. It's a gorgeous little product actually, but you consider that Blanco is unaged. You have to put a lot of effort into distillation and fermentation prior to that to get it to this kind of level of grace and elegance. That's a gorgeous little product, but let's see how it compares to the Reposado. So, very familiar and comparable to the Blanco, but there's this kind of other layer in there, which you would expect, which is all coming from that oak. So, some spicy notes in there for sure. There is maybe a kind of nutty characteristic as well. But yeah, the agave is still definitely the main element there. So let's give this a taste. So consistency for sure, that kind of silky, really kind of gliding across the palate profile, that's really wonderful. The sweetness is very much a big part of it, but that spice is definitely the big difference here compared to the Blanco. So things like cloves, maybe some cinnamon, nutmeg, pepper for sure. In fact, pepper more and more actually on the back end. So the sweetness starts to dissipate and you're left with spices and yeah, that kind of peppery quality. These are gorgeous products. These are really beautiful tequilas. Just a couple of other things before I sign off. The packaging, in terms of all the paper parts here, is actually created from the residual parts of the agave plant after they've been used to make the tequila. So like I said, this lovely sustainable model that they have. A lot of really cool things about these guys, and if you're a tequila fan, you've got to check these out. Cheers.